Good morning.
Hey, good morning. All right. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody had an awesome Halloween, fun weekend. Hope everybody got to do something fun and relax and unwind and forget about school for at least a little bit of time. Let me go ahead and share with you what you have on your plate for this week. So it is the Unit 2 review and test. I just had to make sure that I was on the right page. My Algebra 2 tested last week, so for a second I was like, wait a second, we just did that last week, but you guys are testing this week. So we wrapped up Unit 2, 2.1, 2, and 3. Remember, we skipped 2.4. We're not going to look at that, and that will not be on your test. So all this stuff is open and unlocked for you. Just like before, because it's old news to you guys, the review is straight out of the textbook. It's the problems at the end of the unit. So they'll have like a few pages of review. So that's where that's coming from. It's just a quick snapshot of what each lesson was about, as well as an example problem, and then a few practice problems to work through just to jog your memory. The solutions manual is directly connected to that. It's the same. It's the answers and the steps to answer the problems from the review, and then my video tutorial. And then here is the test. Remember, this test is due by Sunday night at 11:59 p.m., no later. You got to get it done by then. What I really want to emphasize to everybody, though, is this review is basically for students that sort of remember what each unit was about. And since there were only 3 lessons, it's not like you have to remember from like 5 or 6 weeks ago. But, 3 weeks ago is kind of a long time, especially in today's environment. So the review for most people will be sufficient just to jog your memory and be like, oh, yeah, that's what it was talking about. If it's not, there's some options available to you. If you need more description, if you need more information, if you need more practice problems for Unit 2, you can always go back up to these lessons that we did. And you can look at, obviously, my video, right? That'll still be accessible. You can always go back to the lesson in your book or in the interactive textbook and look at those lessons and just kind of jog your memory about the ideas and the concepts and the vocab that are from each lesson. Also, in Envision, under each lesson, there was multiple assignments loaded against you. So if you remember, Envision, I always load, I don't know, I guess the one thing I always load is the interactive textbook. And then I always load probably anywhere between like 5 and 7 extra assignments against you. Remember, those assignments aren't due. They are just there for the sole purpose of if you need to practice the material more. So that's what I would suggest. If you look at the review and you watch my video and it still is kind of, wishy-washy and you need some more practice, you need to actually do some problems just to remember them, go back to Envision, access those extra assignments that I've loaded against you each week, and then practice with that. Because remember, when you type in the answer and hit next or hit enter or whatever, it'll give you feedback. It'll tell you if you're right or wrong. Of course, if you're totally lost and it's still not making sense and you've looked through the book and whatever, please reach out to me, obviously. Let me know and I can kind of steer you in the right direction. So on top of Envision every week, right, you can always go back to that. You can actually go back to the lesson and do the other problems other than these practice problems. So each week I have you do the column that says practice on top. There's other columns of problems in the back of each lesson. So you can always go back and do those other problems that are inside the lesson that you didn't do before. But just keep in mind, this answer key under each week, that's the answers, that's the solutions to every problem in that lesson. So if you go back and you do like the understand column, the column of problems in the back of lesson 2.1 that's labeled understand, the answer key will have those answers and those solution steps as well for those problems. So that's another great option. I think with those two things on your plate, that's probably enough to make sure everybody's on the same page and everybody's set up for success. If it's not, again, just contact me, email me, and let me know. I'll help you out. So again, review, just like last time, it's not going to be submitted. It's not going to be due. This is just something you're doing to prep yourself for the test. The test is due Sunday night by 11:59 p.m. I think that is all I have to share with you. So I'm going to let these people that are late in pause for questions. Any questions? I'm watching the chat box. Don't forget, when we disconnect here in a minute, I'm going to hang back for anybody that has questions or concerns or wants to go through problems or whatever. Let me know. And to hang back, everybody else that'll be good to go can take off. So what's not available yet? Amisha, let me go back and check and see if you're talking about the test. It looks like it should be available if that's what you're talking about. Unit 2 quiz. Let me double check and make sure that this Unit 2 test is available to you guys right now. So it says it's due November 8th. It's available from October 28th to November 8th. So it should be available to you. If you're having problems accessing that, just hang out after I dismiss everybody. All right. If you got questions, hang out. Everybody else, take care. We'll see you later on. Bye.
Bye, Mr. Chapman.
See ya. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you. Nathaniel, Gianna, questions?